people, we're here, we're live and direct with the one and only Mikey General, and you know what, it's going to be a fire of an interview. So of course, Mikey General, let the listeners know and the people know who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Alright, greetings, blessed love, this is Mikey General, my sailor son, never born to go on the streets of the town. Yeah man, my name is Mikey General, aka Michael Taylor. I've been singing in the music business for 40 years. I used to live in England for many years. I was actually born in the UK, but I lived most of my life in Jamaica. And I used to live in England for a time, and I was a member of the Saxon sound system and Coxsone sound system, and I sang for a dub vendor, fashion music for a number of years as well. Came back to Jamaica, did some recording for Sugar Minot and Exterminator. Then time the Exterminator label was Vina, and after a number of years living in England for 10 years, I came home to Jamaica. Started recording with Exterminator crew, which comprised of Luciana Sizzla, myself, Jesse Gender, Ragnar Paiza, and Shadowman. And we did part of when Luciana was signed to Ireland, we started to tour with him. And we did many works, and still doing the works, toured for a number of years with me and Luciana alone with the Jam Messenger band. And recently just started touring by myself a couple of years now, about 5-6 years. Yeah.
Wow, what a journey, what a story already. And you know what was it like? You said you were born here in the UK and you went over to Jamaica. What was that journey like? How did you kind of take to Jamaican life? I'm sure it was good.
Well, the thing is, I think I was just 2 years old, so I was a baby, so I didn't really know I didn't have any knowledge of myself, of England in it. I don't have no knowledge, baby knowledge or any knowledge of England until when I went back.
Yeah, I hear you, 100%. And you know what, you spoke there about singing on Saxon sound, Coxsone sound, and so many. How did that journey begin? How did you kind of get in with that crew? How did it all happen?
Well, it happened, I was singing on a sound, just came to England, and I was singing on a sound in Battersea, and a sound named BMW. Wow. And, the Virgin, them, heard me singing, and they said, boy, I can sing, and so I would sing down there like every Friday night, till I remember I met Gappy Dread. Yeah. Who they call Gappy Crucial. Yeah, he was, he met me down by BMW one night, and he said, boy, you can sing, come with me, come up our People's Club, Nice. And I didn't know he was on Saxon sound at the time, so he was actually the one who gave me the name Mikey General.
Okay. Yeah.
So he was actually the one who gave me the name Mikey General, and he took me to People's Club in Paddington, and Coxsone was playing there, and I started to sing on the sound, and by singing on Coxsone and another song in Peckham called Viking and Papa Love, by singing on those songs, people got to hear about me and thing, and singing on Coxsone now, suddenly Dennis Rowe, and Musled linked me and said they want me to sing 2 dub for them.
Okay.
I'm sing 2 dub, and then Musled just put me upon the sound.
Wow.
And that's where my career really started,
I hear that 100%. And you know what? You've said earlier that you're in the business for a long time now. What is your opinion about nowadays sound, nowadays music? How are you feeling about it from back then to now?
Well, I think that the music has lost a lot of its real essence and what it stood for, because the youth they are trying to water down the message. That's what I think. They're watering down the message and they're watering down the music itself. The new type of music where they are bringing in trap dancehall.
Yeah.
That trap dancehall thing. But I don't agree with the trap dancehall, because if you take out the voice off it, I just use the instrumental alone, what you get is hip hop.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, it's all hip hop. So my growth that I have with the youths them is that I tell them, say, listen, if you don't want to evolve the music, it's okay if you don't want to evolve because everything have evolved.
Yeah.
But put the Jamaican element in it. Just like when you hear a soca beat, you don't have to hear a rhythm to identify it. You know, say yes, soca, Trinidad, Barbados. Calypso, Trinidad, Barbados. Ska, or say if you hear the rhythm, Jamaica.
Yeah.
Rocksteady, Jamaica. You don't have to. It don't have to have a voice on it. Reggae, dub, anything. You don't have to have a voice. It identifies with Jamaica. The problem with that music, if you don't hear the voice on it, you would think it's American music.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's my growth that I have with them, with this new generation. And also, I think, I don't know if I'm being thinner, but I just think that then I don't know if it's a watered down generation or what, but some like the things of the struggles that the people are going through, they're not talking about that anymore. They're more talking about girls, guns, and you know?
Yeah, I hear
so
you.
these things they talk about everything else, but the situation and the life that we are living in we are going through, and the struggle we are going through in Jamaica and in the world in general, they don't speak about the struggle anymore. And that is one thing that I think is watering down the music. Because reggae music is a music that emphasizes the struggle and the conquering of good over evil.
Yeah.
And we fighting against certain things within the system that holds us down as a people.
Yeah.
Yeah?
100%. Yeah.
That message is being, not a lot of youths are carrying that message, you know? We who are veterans in the business, we still carry that message. But we are looking for the youths to speak out about the struggle as well.
Yeah, I hear you 100%. And so do you think, why do you think that is? Do you think it's because of money? Do you think it's not profitable? What do you think that reason is for?
Well, I think one of the reasons why the music is watered down is there's few reasons. One is lack of communication. I think some of the youths, because I've been in the studio with some youths, and I try to correct them and say, yo, youth, that not sound right, and them kind of get upset. So they kind of touchy, So a lot of people the veteran artists don't really run in to advise them because they can get touchy.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
And also, because everybody have a studio now, because one time the music was more controlled in that we had to go to somebody's studio to use and do all of those things. Now almost everybody have a home studio, so a man stay in him yard, him don't know nothing about music, nothing about keys or nothing at all, but him just know for build a beat. And him build a beat and it sound good and rare and him just say, alright, him I run with this, and him get him friend him for voice on it, and couple big artists go on it and it gone. You know what But really and truly, the essence and the rudiments of the music, knowing keys and chords and them things, is not so much practiced by the youths nowadays. You know what I mean? Everybody, them just pick off a beat off of the YouTube or something like that, So, I just said that really, and it's kind of watered down the music.
Yeah, I hear you 100%. But you know what? Speaking of some real music and some nice tunes that you've done, I want you to talk about Hold the Heights album. Tell us something about that album, because it's fire.
Oh, thank you very much, man. Glad you like it, Queen. When you see that album was recorded mostly during the COVID. About 2 songs were recorded before the COVID. And you only use one of those 2 songs were recorded before the COVID, but the rest of the songs were recorded during the COVID. Chris, he sent me the rhythms while I was in Jamaica, and he would build 2 rhythms and say, "Yeah, I have 2 rhythms," and he sent them, and I would listen to them, and because at the time I'm in Jamaica, you have the time, it was lockdown time and all them thing there. I had time to focus and concentrate, and I was able to write some good songs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
One of the tunes I like is you featured Nomads, and they've got a different style altogether. Tell us about that tune.
Yeah, well, the song named Revolution.
Yeah.
Nomads, they are my neighbors, they live beside my mother's house. So we and them have a good relationship and thing. And, I wanted a one combination on the album, so I just talked to them and them say, yeah, them ready, and them deal with it. And it's a real good song, It's talking about the situation in Jamaica, but also youths all over the world can identify with it as well,
Yeah, I hear that.
It's really a very important song, and a wake-up call for us as people that we have to stand up for the people,
Yeah.
And if necessary, we have to fight for the people. Yeah.
Definitely. And another great one that I like is Get It Off Your Chest, which is number 8 on the album. And I wanted to know, what was your headspace on that tune? Where was you at on that point?
Well, that song is really a song. I would say it was written like for my empress, one empress that I used to be with and thing,
Yeah.
I told her to, if she have any problem with me, don't keep it inside. I better just express it, to get it off of your chest, and we can work out things, and that's how that song came about.
I hear that, for real. Yeah, man. So you know what, Mikey General, a veteran like yourself, how do you work out what tunes and how you're going to put it together? Do you freestyle your music? Do you kind of write it down? How does it all work for you, the creative process of it?
Well, the creative process is just the Almighty straight, Jah himself, because the thing is, I would just hear a music, a rhythm,
yeah,
and I just allow a melody to come into me, and I don't search for it. I just find a melody that seems to go with the rhythm, and and sometimes the words come first, but most times it's the melody of the song come first, and I get the melody, and just to go and listen till the words come, and then I get a nice punchline. I get a punchline, and I say, all right, that's the punchline, that's the topic,
yeah.
And I just write according to thing there. But most of my song is self-expression, speaking of things that I've been through, what I've gone through, and what other people have been through too.
I hear that, for real.
Yeah.
And earlier you spoke about, obviously you've done lots of great works with Luciano, The Messenger, and now you're touring on your own. What's that transition like from obviously working with Lucci to touring on your own? How did you find it?
Well, it's different, because Lucian is a gigantic artist.
Yeah.
He's a big artist, yeah, so when you're touring with Lucian, it's a more bigger thing, but I'm a small fish. So I don't get that same treatment, but I'm still happy with how I'm touring and where I'm going and doing my little shows, because to me, as long as I can get to express myself to people, that gives me joy. That is my real joy in the music. It's not even the money. I like making the money because the money helps to feed my family and take care of my thing, and I'm glad to know that I have been doing something that makes me, that I love doing, and I'm still making a living. Remember that song on the album called Non-Stop Sing?
Yeah.
If you listen to that song, I have a part in it, so I say, it's such a blessing, loving what you're doing, and still making a living. Lord, I glorify you. So it talks about being able to make a living of something that you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's what I love with music, to be making a living and love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But the greatest part of loving what I'm doing is to sing for the people.
Nice.
When I'm on stage in front of the people singing, that's my greatest joy.
Yeah.
So whenever I get a chance to do that, I really like it. That's my joy.
I hear that.
Really.
I hear that, for real.
Uh-huh.
But you know what, Mikey General? Do you ever get nervous, before you step out on the stage?
Every time.
Same here. Same here.
Every time, and there's no artist.
Yeah.
You hear me tell you?
Yeah.
There's no artist that don't go up on the stage and feel a little way.
Yeah.
From go over. Even Bersham and me used to that. And Bersham and a hit singer.
Yeah.
And Bersham and me and Bersham and say that I would say, from go up on stage, feel a little.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
A little way. Yeah, you feel nervous because you're gonna perform in front of thousands of people. You know, I mean, you can have a bad night as a performer, you know, and as an artist, you know.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. You know what I mean? So you want to go out there and hit the crowd, and the crowd enjoy your performance. That is the joy. So, you know, I always get a little bit of nervous and thing.
Yeah.
You know? But, yeah, I try to conquer it by, you know. So sometimes I like to, when I'm going to open a show, I come on and I sing. I will sing one of my songs, but sometimes I just start with all a Bob Marley song.
Yeah.
Just for the crowd.
I hear
you know?
you.
And the crowd, you know, just get them singing along with me.
Yeah.
And then from there now I just take it gone, you know?
Yeah, I hear
Because
that.
the crowd participation is very important
For
when
real.
you're doing a show.
Definitely. And has there been a memorable moment when you've been on stage or just even in the studio that you feel like that was a great moment for you as a person and as an artist?
Well, there are so many great moments in my life,
Yeah.
basically. You know, I can't really pinpoint one specifically. But, you know, there's been many great moments. You know, traveling to Africa, Ethiopia, that was a great moment in my life. You know, performing in Moscow Square. You know, those places I've been to Kenya, performing in Kenya, Zimbabwe, you know, Gambia and Ghana. Those places were like, you know, in front of that crowd, that magnitude of crowd, because the crowds in Africa is like almost 3 times the crowd of England.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get stadiums and them things at them places there. That is the crowd where you get. So, you know, it's a joy to work in front of so much people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and you know, in Jamaica too, anywhere I can get to sing, I'm happy. Trust me. That's me.
I hear that. And of course, when it comes to the music now, is there a particular tune or a particular song that you listen to that's like your go-to tune, no matter what situation, or do you listen to every kind of tune?
I listen mostly reggae music.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and them kind of thing, but, you know, and Luciano, those kind of music I listen to when I want to prep myself, you know, get myself in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
You know?
I hear that. And I know for a fact people are going to want to know how they buy this album, how they get this album, how they listen to this album. How can they do that?
Well, you know, it's available on all online store, distributed worldwide by Zojak, so it's all online, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, whatever you name it, it's there. Zojak has a worldwide distribution, and they do very good distribution. You know, they get to all the places. The producer, he has also done some CDs as well. You know, he's done physical copies of CDs.
Nice.
And and I think he might do some vinyl as well. So anybody who wants a copy of the album, just go on go search, and you can search and just put the album All the Heights, Mikey General, whether in Spotify or wherever you go, and it will come up.
Yeah, man.
You know, and they can stream or buy or download, whatever.
Yeah, I hear that, definitely. And of course, you know what's coming. I'm gonna ask you to sing a little something for the people out there. Would you be up for that?
Yes, man. What do you want? Which one you want?
You know what? I like the one that you did with Nomads, and also the one that you Get It Off Your Chest. I like that one as well.
Alright. So let me sing something of Get It Off Your Chest.
Okay.
Say, if there's something you want to tell me, get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. You know I never hurt you, so do what you think best. Do what you sing best, yeah. You know?
Yeah, man. Energy every time. And you know what, Mikey General?
Yes,
You're always a very
Yes.
truthful and honest artist. I like listening to your music. It's very positive and upful. And I just wanted to big you up
Thank
as an
you very
artist. For real.
Thank you, DJ Kat, and I love your poetry too, you know. I want to tell you to just keep doing the works.
Give thanks.
You know what I mean? One day you don't know where that poetry is going to take you. Just continue doing the works.
I appreciate
You
that.
know?
And of course, what would you
Yeah,
like to
man.
say to your listeners, your fans, the people that are tuned into you right now? What would you like to say?
Well, I want to tell them, say, love John, live, hate him, and die, you know?
Yeah, man.
Just live good and love your brothers. You know, love is the answer, love is the way, love is what we need in our hearts today. So love each other and show more love, and this world will be a better place, yeah?
I hear that.
The Almighty
100%.
Jazz love, let us all love.
Yeah, man, for real.
Yes,
And
sir.
I know you're a very busy
Yes.
man, so I appreciate the interview and more love to you. Bless up.
And thank you, DJ Kat, and keep up the good works as usual, yeah?
Give thanks, yeah?
Arawak, we say. Arawak, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Out.
Bless up.
Yeah,
Bless.
blessed love. Yeah.